Welcome to the Saturday Doobie Feature, the internet's first movie and marijuana show. Today we're going to be talking about Solo.
And we getting so high.
So stoned.
So high.
Welcome back to the show. I am your host, Derrick.
I'm Byron.
And I'm Justin. Today we conclude our trip to a galaxy far, far away with Solo, a Star Wars story, a new, old adventure alongside your favorite scoundrel and the Millennium Falcon. Through a series of daring escapades from a dangerous criminal underworld, Han Solo meets his hetero life mate and co-pilot Chewbacca and notorious gambler and resident old smoothie, Lando Calrissian. It's a journey that will set the course for Star Wars' most unlikely hero. For him, basically. Did that make sense? You seem confused.
I'm sorry. I was talking.
Wait,
is this the same Solo we talking about? Y'all, I'm talking about the Solo with Keenan Ivory Wayans from the early '90s.
Is this Solo
with
Keenan Ivory Wayans?
Solo. Y'all don't.
We just watched 8 Star Wars movies in a row.
What did you think this is?
What you talking about?
Where were you?
What?
What is Solo with Keenan Ivory
Solo,
Wayans?
he's like a cyborg.
He's a cyborg?
Yeah, he's.
Did you watch Steel or did you watch Solo?
Solo.
Blank Man?
Blank Man?
Or
what?
Solo? I don't know superheroes are. Okay,
Solo,
you're blowing my mind right now.
Star Wars.
He was made by the Army.
Look at Byron's tattoo. He has the... Show the camera.
Solo.
He has the Han Solo blaster on his arm. And you didn't think we were watching Star Wars Solo movie?
Well, I mean, hey.
All right, we got to start smoking. We got Turtle Pico. Turtle Pico hooked it up today. This is my second week of still not smoking. I'm taking a tolerance break. We're going to talk about it. But these guys are going to smoke for me, and I'm going to make sure it happens. Actually, Derrick, you're going to have to hit something right now.
We're going to have to talk about this, though.
No, we're talking about this, but I'm going to need you to smoke for me right now, vicariously.
Are you joking?
This is not a bit.
Wow.
He really watched a different movie.
I don't even know what this is. Is this a Star Wars movie?
This is one of the most expensive movies of all time. This movie cost $275 million.
Is that more than Avatar?
I don't think it's more than Avatar.
Oh, okay.
I think the government. I honestly think the government funds Avatar as a secret project. But we'll get into that.
Keep the people.
We'll get into that another time. Solo is the story of Han Solo. You even find out how he got that stupid name, which is something I don't love about this movie.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of explanations
that we didn't need.
Well, yeah, maybe that we didn't. I don't know that we didn't need it, but movie
Missed
opportunities. So this scoundrel Han Solo starts off with a really cool little land speeder race.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to, kind of preface all of this with there was a lot of turmoil with Solo, a Star Wars story.
Mm-hmm.
It was originally supposed to be directed by Lord and Miller. Lord and Miller are responsible for 21 Jump Street, the Lego Movie. They had a lot to do.
Oh, the Lego Movie.
We're watching the Lego Movie soon, buddy. Don't worry.
Yeah.
They also had a lot to do recently because they weren't working on this with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So they had a big hand in that. Maybe this was a blessing in disguise. But they got fired from Disney for apparently making the movie a little bit too comedic. It was kind of what the trades were saying. And they were replaced originally with Ron Howard.
I mean, that sounds a little better anyway.
Mr. Dependable.
Exactly.
Get Fonzie. No, not Fonzie. Who was he? Not Fonzie.
He was Ralph, right?
He wasn't Fonzie. He took over the movie, and if there's one thing I want to start the episode by saying, I want to apologize to the makers of Solo, because I had no faith in you making this movie, and it turned out pretty cool.
Turned out okay.
Turned out okay?
Yeah.
I think it turned out as best as it possibly could have turned out.
I enjoyed more scenes in there than anything.
What
I agree with my Solo.
Yeah?
But with your statement.
Yeah, really? Oh, so yours was good too?
It was good.
Okay.
I didn't expect it to be good, though.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, so in our Solo, it's really just the story of Han Solo and how he became the hero that he is in terms of, like, how did he get the Millennium Falcon? How did he meet Chewbacca? How did they do the Parsec run? This
is kind of like the same thing. It goes through, and he it shows how he becomes the hero, and it shows how he became, you know, Solo, and all of these things, and how he saves the village, and how he falls in love.
Village?
Yes.
Is it like an American?
It's in Venezuela.
Oh.
Yes.
There isn't love, but it is false love in this movie, so it kind of counts.
There's false love in our Solo or his Solo?
Our Solo.
Oh yeah, no. There's a lot of love in our Solo. Oh. Alden Iron Rich does an okay job. I mean,
call you Alden, buddy.
I think he does about as good a job playing Han Solo as I do pronouncing his name.
It's Ehrenreich.
Eidenreich, thank you. He is, you know, he's got the Harrison Ford vibe. Hey, do I think maybe I could have pulled that off? No, but you know, I was trying to do my. I think if I talk slower, I can kind of sound like Harrison Ford more. I've been trying to convince him lately, so you know, I think it might work for me. We'll work on it. But
keep working.
He meets Lando in that cool ass scene. They go to that cool bar, and that's actually my favorite part of the entire movie. Is just like that little duet that the alien and the test tube sings. That weird funky song.
You know what Star Wars is good for? A bar scene. All those movies, they always have like a really cool bar scene. All the characters
makes you want to have a drink, makes you want to have something fuzzy and fizzy and whatever.
And weird.
So after our Solo kind of got caught up in the Galactic Army stuff, but he gets out of that, meets up with kind of this bandit group led by Woody Harrelson, plays this guy named Beckett. And then,
Woody Harrelson? Wow.
Yeah. Woody Harrelson's in this movie. Man. Who else was in Solo besides Keenan Ivory Wayans, dude? You missed out.
A bunch of
Venezuelans.
Yeah. Some miscellaneous army guys.
So
and,
Han hooks up with this
like fun.
So Han hooks up with this smuggler crew, and it's got L-3337. She's this badass robot. You got Lando there. Did Lando and Val and them work together? Really? No, they didn't work together.
Well, I mean, maybe.
But they're going to a heist. They got to pay off this dude. The train sequence that happens in the movie is probably the best action scene of the entire film.
Is it a fight?
I mean,
it's not a fight. It's not. It's a fight.
No, it's a fight, but it's also a murder.
Well, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But it's basically what it is it's a heist on a train. So they're going through the train, but obviously double crosses happen. People lose out, and the biggest loss of the movie is Val, who was like the coolest Star Wars character in
Sandy Newton. Oh, they killed her off like that,
dude. And she's
but
so
she went badass, man. She was
she
so
did?
badass.
Like imagine her on Westworld, like times 10.
Ooh, man, I need to go. I need to watch this
badass.
joint.
Yeah,
though, now,
no, you do.
Yeah.
So like the wise one telling them not to.
Really?
Shit, yeah.
Oh man, yeah. See. Okay, this sounds a lot better than my Solo.
Han Solo's always looking for Qi'ra, his love. He's always after this pursuit of this lost love that he had. So after they do the heist and everything, Qi'ra helps him because Qi'ra works with the underground. You know, she's very connected to like the mob boss and whatever. So she makes a deal that they're gonna fix everything. The only way to fix everything is by taking the Millennium Falcon through the Parsec run. It's an adventure film, and honestly, I never got bored.
That scene was really good.
Even after the train ride, it was intense. Like there wasn't as much action, but it felt tense because you didn't know who was going to turn on who. And Paul Bettany plays one of the villains. He plays like that mob boss guy. So he's always does a really good, serious, cool job.
But see, I can dig movies like that, though.
Dude. You don't even know about Donald Glover as Lando Calrissian, bro. I'm talking Childish Gambino in space. Like, this dude...
I don't know. Wasn't he, like, fucking everything, and wasn't he really...
Well, yeah, no,
like,
he's basically pansexual in this movie. Like, I'm pretty sure he would have sex with the Millennium Falcon if he wanted to.
He was what?
Pansexual.
Oh, okay.
All sexy races. But because he had a relationship with L-3337.
Oh, I thought that meant that he really loved, like, pans and shit.
He could. Yeah. Maybe he does.
Somebody's cooking.
Laid in bed with pans, you know.
There's some chefs. I think there's some chefs that sleep like with a pan on their head at night in memory of Anthony Bourdain. They just sleep with their pans. But I'm sorry. L-3337 is played by Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who she just does the voice because it's an animatronic droid character, but so well done. She looks so cool. She is also a badass in this movie.
Yes.
But their relationship, it kind of turns into a little bit of a heartbreak, unfortunately. But they're talking about a Lando Solo movie, which Shaft in space is kind of what I'm picturing. You know, what are you gonna do with that otherwise? I think Donald Glover recently was saying he kind of was also inspired by like Catch Me If You Can. So I think that would be really cool. Lando kind of like tricking everyone around and doing everything. Unfortunately, the performance of Solo, box office wise, did not kind of come up to snuff. So some of the movies have apparently been canceled that were in the pipe. You guys have to smoke for me right now. You guys have to.
You already know I'm doing the damn thing.
Fair. You know that I can't smoke right now, and you got. I'm sorry. I had to mom out for a second. But yeah, they had a movie about. They had all sorts of prequel movies set up. There was a Boba Fett one set up, which is kind of turning into the Mandalorian TV series now. But they put a hold on them. They said no more Star Wars stories until we figure out exactly what we're doing. I think that's a good idea because I don't want a bad Yoda movie.
That is true.
You know, I don't want this to hang over our heads again.
I wonder who could be the voice of Yoda.
Frank Oz.
Is he still alive?
Yeah. Huh. He did the voice of Yoda in last week's episode in The Last Jedi, too. That's what made it so great, too. And the fact that they used, by the way, the one thing I want to say about The Last Jedi, too, they used the Yoda puppet. And thank God. Like, point being, there is a lot of CG in this movie. I like that about Solo, too. Like, a lot of androids, a lot of cool creatures, but not a lot of... Yeah, and the Parsec Run creature was dope.
Yeah, that was dope.
Everyone's always thought about the Kessel Run because that was like Han Solo's big, I did the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs, and that was always his big, which is like the amount of turns you have to do in this place. I think I said Parsec Run earlier. It's the Kessel Run. That was really well done. Cool ass monster in there. You think so?
Maybe.
You think I'm getting a contact high?
Probably.
Whatever. I probably need it. Point being... I love Solo. I don't know love. Love is a strong word. But it also has a cool, tense ending. And it doesn't end on that up note. It has a cool Empire Strikes Back, downer ending vibe where there's turns, there's turmoil. It does not have a fully happy ending. I like when movies do that.
Just like my Solo.
Yeah, wait, what happens if he saves the village in your Solo?
Well, they build him. And then they...
What do you mean they build him? You did. I totally missed that part in the first place. They build him?
Yeah. So it's like once they drop him off in the village, he doesn't really remember who he is. But as it goes,
not like the $6 billion, not like the $6 million man build him.
No.
They build him up.
Yeah.
Inside.
He was a human first. It's kind of like RoboCop, kind of, but like the black version. But not so metally and stuff. He was still human looking, but yeah. So anyway, they drop him off in this Venezuelan village to kind of like test him out because he's going to be like an assassin. So he's supposed to do all this other shit, but
he's like Jason Bourne.
Yeah, kind of.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Bourne ripped off Solo.
Yeah, dude.
What the hell? Yeah. Maybe we'll watch this Solo.
Yeah,
we can reverse it and talk about it.
Sounds good.
He saves the village. He starts dating this hot, this hot Latin chick and.
Yeah, and then we got a thing for them.
Well, I was like 12, so when I first saw it, so I was like, I'm
going to take this sexy moment to talk about something else sexy. Turtle Pie Co.
Oh yeah.
Our sponsor for today. Thank you so much for hooking it up. We're going to send it over to today's Marijuana Minute. Hope you enjoy. Hey everyone, this is Justin from the Saturday Doobie Feature, and today we're going to talk about how to take the perfect dab. A lot of people ask me, Justin, what are you doing here? Get out! A lot of other people ask me, how do you take the perfect dab? And that's what we're going to talk about today. Right now I have some field extracts. This is a live resin extract. What that means is that it was cultivated and immediately taken down and frozen. That retains a high amount of terpenes that makes your concentrate better tasting, makes it more potent. What we have here is some THCA crystals. Field Extract in the state of California is a single source cannabis provider. What that means is not only do they grow their cannabis, but they also extract everything that they grow. Beautiful smelling. Right now, here we have some straw nana. So I'm going to show you guys what we're going to do. We have our Hi-Fi vape here. We have it set to about 600 degrees. Anything hotter than that, we're in the danger zone. Anything hotter than 600 degrees, and we're risking not vaporizing it anymore. We're risking combusting it, and that's really what you want to do with a dab, is vaporize these completely. So we have our High Five vape here. I've attached it to our Dealy Buddy. Use the code Doobie Feature, save 20%. Great piece to use for our dabs because you want it to be a concentrated hit for your concentrates. You don't want there to be a lot of airflow. You want there to be just a small amount of space where that vaporization cloud can really form. So what we're gonna do here is take our dab tool, open the field extracts here, child proof and adult proof. We have our crystally diamonds, as you can see here. The straw nana is a nice indica dominant hybrid. We're gonna put some of that fruity goodness on our tool. You know, you could use a scooper tool, you can use a pointy tool. As you can see, I have a wide assortment here, but something like that is gonna be perfect for our crystally friend right here. We're gonna take the Dealy Buddy, keep it away from your face, it's very hot. You're not gonna wanna touch that. You're not gonna want your cats to play with this nail. Don't do that. You're gonna just basically prepare it, putting the dab down against the nail wall. I would say against the outer wall is the best place for it because you don't want it to be closer to the inner part of the nail, meaning that you could lose your dab to reclaim. That's when the oil will be collected down at the bottom of your piece here because it didn't have enough time to properly vaporize. So we're gonna take our dab as so. We have our carb cap here. Put that on top. That's going to create a little convection oven here. Maintain that temperature. Make sure that the dab can effectively vaporize. Enjoy those nice flavors. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale. It's wonderful. Smooth. Excellent. Field extracts. We love what you're doing. Dealy Buddy. Super wonderful. All right, so that's gonna do it for Solo, a Han Solo Star Wars story.
Yeah.
They could have made that title a little less confusing.
Yeah, it was a movie.
It was a movie.
Hey, I love my movie. I mean, you know, I remember the quintessential love scene of a 90s movie. Boob silhouette. I'll never forget.
I really just can't.
In a hut.
Just want 8. If you look at our channel, go back, guys. We just did Star Wars on Weed. Every Star Wars movie. We're officially done now, right?
Yeah,
this is it. We're officially done. Unless you want us to watch
finally.
the Clone Wars animated, maybe we'll do that.
You should, by the way.
Please comment below. Check it all out. All the descriptions are down there. I'm Justin. Thanks for watching.
I'm Byron.
And I'm Derek.
Stay safe.
Stay high. Thanks for watching today's episode.
And if you'd like to see more episodes like this one, click one of those boxes below.
Don't be afraid to subscribe, and we hope you come down every Saturday and smoke with us and your friends. Please, YouTube algorithm, please help us. Please.